Hello, friends. My best friend, the Holy Spirit, has given me a green light to start speaking a little bit more. Basically, giving my testimony, telling what has led me to open up the channel that I have and give the words of wisdom and give all these advice. And obviously, it doesn't come from me, it comes from the Lord. But the ones who don't know me yet, I have a worldwide women's ministry and internationally and locally, that I help many women with many subjects that are very hardcore that we all have, with addictions, with depressions, with codependency, with breast cancer. I had breast cancer. Yes, I'm a breast cancer survivor. There's so many things that us women go through our daily lives. Basically, Papa God told me that he wanted me to help his abandoned women. That's how he called them, his abandoned women. Abandoned women doesn't mean that you're just abandoned there in the streets, right? Alone, which it could be also. But it really means like abandoned, like spiritually, right? Everything that happens to us in the physical realm happens to us first in the spiritual realm, right? So when we feel abandoned, rejected, we feel lonely, not worthy, it's because something is going on in the spiritual realm that we first have to deal with. And friends, I have been through a lot. And that's why God has called me to, like I said, open this platform and just help, even if that's one person. And I know that we all have to go through our own individual's journey, right? I could stay here and talk until I'm blue to the face, and then you're gonna go out there and didn't hear anything. You're gonna do whatever you want. I know that because I've been there, and we all have to go through our personal journey. But I know, listen, I wish that I had someone like me back in the days, even just 6 months ago. I wish I had someone like me that, was there to give me a word. Someone that said, listen, I know what you're going through. I went through that. Listen, I could, you're going to get over it because I got over it. And these are the steps. I didn't have that. So, I'm here for you guys. Unfortunately, I'm the one that had to go through these horrible things, these horrible shenanigans to be able to help, my women, right? But I do remember many years ago telling God, use me greatly. I want to be your servant. I want to be a living testimony for you. And boy, did he take my word for it, because that's what I am. I'm a living testimony. Like I said, I've gone through breast cancer. I lost my 2 breasts. I've been sober for 12 years. I was an alcoholic for 23 years. I've had many other addictions, like addictions to love, to codependency with men. All my life I wanted to be loved. I wanted, just to have that perfect relationship and give my love and receive love. And it never happened. About 6 months ago, my spouse, my ex-husband, out of nowhere, one day came home and said, I no longer want to be in this relationship. I no longer love you. And I went out. And for me, it came out of the blue. We weren't a couple that argued. But let me explain why we didn't argue, okay? Because we had zero communication, friends. Zero. Zilch. Nada. And obviously, I don't think it was because of me, because obviously I like to talk, right? I love to communicate. But, this person did not want to communicate at all. And would just, shut me down. And so there was no ever arguing, and which was good, but also wasn't good, because I realized now that it wasn't healthy, right? If there's no communication at all, there's no relationship. And I always said it from the beginning. I feel like we're roommates. I used to tell him, oh yeah, whatever, right? And that roommate that I thought was my spouse kicked me to the curb. Friends, but you know what happened? That after, that horrible break up, and I had to go through my own personal healing, which eventually I'll go with you guys little by little more the steps, how Papa God miraculously healed me swiftly and quickly in 3 months, friends, 3 months. From a breakup that I thought I was going to literally die, friends, die. And I learned that, at the end of the day, I don't even blame this person, because it was me. It was me that permitted myself to get involved in that situation, permitted myself to lower my standards, permitted myself to not love myself, permitted myself to not see my worth, permitted myself to just accept the love breadcrumbs this person was giving me, and the red flags were there over and over and over again, and I still married him. You see, and that's the thing, why do we do that? Why? I know why. Because again, I was not, loving myself. I didn't know my self-worth. I didn't value myself. I was giving all my energy, all my attention, all my love, all my everything to this person, when it should have been to me. Because God was always, and it always is, first in my life. But the second person was this person, and it shouldn't be that, friends. No. Especially when that other person doesn't give you nothing, zero, zilch in return. Just the bare minimum, the breadcrumbs when that person needs something. When that person needs something, oh yeah, so happy dappy, right, with you. But no. Friends, what I'm trying to say is, friends, the red flags. That's number one. Well, that's probably not number one, but right now at the top of my head, the red flags, friend. There will always be red flags. And I know, because from experience, we try to blind ourselves, and I don't want to see it, or that person's going to change, or I'm going to change a person, and it wasn't that I was trying to change it, but I thought, when he sees my change, when he sees my growth, when he sees how happy I am, when he sees how peaceful I am, he's going to want the same, right? And we're going to be two happy, persons, being one happy couple. And that was not the case. Every person has free will, and if a person does not want to change, the person will not change. So I decided that I wanted to change, and if a person is going this way, another person is going that way, of course it's going to be a super disconnection, right? And again, no relationship. But I was married, and I got into the marriage, believing and knowing that it was to the end, no matter what. So that's why I stayed. But fortunately, I was forced to get out, and not by choice, but God had a different plan for me, because I prayed for my husband every single day for over 7 years, for change. And I believe that God, Papa God said, beloved daughter, it's enough. Break. Because I was being broken little by little. My self-esteem was being crushed. I was very sad inside, not even knowing why I was sad inside, trying to survive on my own, because that's the thing. I was living by myself, again, with a roommate, right? Calling him my spouse. So, friends, red flags, and so let's talk about it the next time, okay? The next time we'll see. We'll do part 2, and we'll see what the spirit wants to talk about it. Today was just about those red flags, friends. Don't get into a relationship with those red flags, and definitely don't marry. Friends, you're worth it. You sure are. I am. You are. Shalom, friends. Till the next time. Bye.